Hello, everybody. I'm sorry, y'all. This is the best I can do right now with my light and stuff is out. Uh, Hopefully, I have a light ring by tomorrow. As y'all know, things is kind of hard when you can't do them on your own and when you can't do them yourself. But getting right to it, I want to say happy Friday and happy July the 21st. And I also want to say this is a documentary about me being paralyzed, part 1. So this documentary is stating when I was paralyzed. This documentary is stating what I'm going through about my paralyzation, how hard it has been since I've been going through the situation, and how hard it is to get anyone to stick by you, and how hard it is for people to be close to you and do anything for you. Um, Me being paralyzed has been the horrible thing I've ever had to go through in my life. And me being paralyzed also has taught me a little bit about being patient with others and how to treat people. Because I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna bring this up in my next video segment for next week. I have not always treated people with kindness. I'm not saying I ain't always been there to help people. I'm not saying that because I have. I've always been there to help people. I've always been there to give people a place to stay. But I have not always been the type to just be a servant. Maybe just not to people, but to the Lord. I'm gonna say I may have ignored some of God's um how you say it, attention. And my mama used to tell me we have a jealous God. And I be hearing when the preacher said vengeance is the Lord's. And I wasn't paying attention to what God was trying to tell me. And sometimes I feel like that maybe because I wasn't paying attention to what God was trying to tell me, maybe that's why I'm in the predicament or the position I am in. Y'all hold on for just 1 minute. Let me fix this right quick. So yeah, I have not always been a person that do the right thing. Sometimes I would not do what I was supposed to do. Sometimes I was a little disrespectful as person. I wouldn't mind when I was supposed to. When my mama used to tell me don't do this or don't do that, I wouldn't mind her. I would do the opposite because that's just who I was. It was either my way or no way. And I used to think because I had my daddy's money that I could do things any way I wanted. Because y'all, all through my videos, I ain't tell y'all this. I had started receiving pensions from my dad at a young age. And I started to begin to have seizures at a young age. So in reality, I never really had to work, but I wanted to work. But sometimes people wouldn't allow me to work because of my seizures, because they was scared what would happen. Like if I have a seizure, especially in the field that I was working as a manager or a team leader or a team member. They was always scared that maybe I have a seizure in the kitchen and greasers get on me and it'll hurt me. I'm trying to see if that ever happened to me. No. But I do remember here one time I had a seizure, and I had a seizure in Metro PCS. And they had to rush me to the store. My friend didn't know nothing about it. I didn't have a phone, so did nobody ever have it. I had seizures driving my car. I ran into another car because I was so stressed out. And seizures, it has something to do with the brain. The worst thing I can honestly say to y'all is that I wish that I didn't have to deal with was my paralyzation and my seizures. My paralyzation, it's the hardest. I'm trying to see. Was it the hardest thing? No, it wasn't. This right here is not the hardest thing. So I guess that's why it kind of makes me tough, but then it kind of not makes me tough. The worst thing was when I had to get a colostomy bag. I never forget this day. I was going to see my mom. Something was wrong. I was going to see my mom. I was tired. I couldn't make it. I was in a whole bunch of pain. I had an ulcer growing out my, you know what? I can't say the word on here. And I'm gonna say BUTT. And my mama boyfriend coming up the street, he picked me up and he rushed into the house and told my mama something is wrong. And she said, well, what is it? And she said, it's your son. Her and my three sisters rushed outside to get me. And my mama said the first thing she told me that she said, oh my God, my child. I have came to a lot of near death experiences, but I think me coming through this one here was the worstest. Where I'm laying in this bed and where I'm sitting at right now, I can honestly say that I am grateful. I'm grateful for God to give me another chance. And I'm not just praising God because I'm here. I think if God would let me out of bed today, I would think I would still praise Him. Because now I know God is on my side and God is not against me. He's with me every step of the way. I'm not saying these words for y'all to give views. I'm saying these words because I know. I made a documentary about myself of me being gay. Now I'm making another documentary about me being paralyzed, and this probably is who I'm going to have to be for the rest of my life. Um, do I understand it? No. Did I have some idea that this was coming? I think I did because before I fell and broke my neck, I was falling out in the bathroom having seizures. And I remember my ex best friend. I'm not gonna say my best friend. My ex best friend and her boyfriend had to pick me up and put me in my bed. And that's when I began to mess up my leg and my feet. And I ended up in a wheelchair. So yes, I can't. And I ended up beginning to start to wear diapers. So I honestly can say I probably did consider it. Do I think that this is one of the symptoms having to do with my HIV by me being paralyzed? I don't think so. I think this comes with me not minding my parents. I'm not going to even blame this on my homosexuality. I'm just going to say this comes from me being a disobedient child. Being a disobedient child is the worst thing that you can do or be. Because when you curse your mama out, like I did, I can remember me right after my best friend passed away. I can say something else. I think I don't know what I was, but I remember this, and I was driving an Infinity Q&A or something. It was an old school model, but it had rims on it. It was cream white with peanut butter leather seats. I thought I ruled the world. I thought I was everything. I thought I was up on my level. I had Infinity, had a Malibu, and I had a Cadillac Escalade. Then I had an old school Crown Vic. So I thought I was doing it. And if you ask me how do I get these things, by doing the worst thing, selling drugs. And at the height of my peak, I'm not going to say that was the height of my peak. I was doing them. I wasn't doing the drug part. I was doing other things to get me high, to take away my pain of losing my best friend. Because at the funeral, I didn't cry. That's just like when my auntie passed away and we were so close, I didn't cry. And I didn't get the chance to go to my other auntie's funeral because I was here in the bed, paralyzed, confined to the bed. So it was a lot of things that affected me that I didn't cry about. And I know everybody said, well, why don't you talk to your therapist about this? I do. I talk to my therapist once every 2 weeks. You know, matter of fact, I just talked to my therapist and he asked me, how was I doing? And I was saying, I don't know. I said, I'm still trying to come in recollections of me being paralyzed. I'm still trying to accept this part of my life. And with accepting this part of my life, it's been hard. It has not been easy. You know, when I think I'm just about getting along with my mama, I'm not. I'm not. Because she'll go off the wall and say something that'll irritate me, and I'm ready to spaz out of control. And I have to calm myself down and accept what she's saying that's making me angry. And at that time in my need, I don't know what to do. Sometimes I feel like crying, and sometimes I sit there and say, you wasn't built to cry. You don't cry. You stand tall and you keep going. Then I got my sisters over here where I'm trying to be tough for. I don't know. I asked my sister a question. If it comes to the fact that, and this was a good thing that she told me, and I thought I never heard. I said if I made money off of anyone, this was like a hypothetical question. I said if I was to ever make money off any of my social media channels, I'm gonna give you something. She told me you don't have to give me nothing. Just take care of yourself and stay alive. She said it hurts me to see you where you at, and I know it hurts them. Yes, half my mama say them about them. Half of them don't come out here and see me. Well, I be saying to myself, you don't come out here and see me. So how you gonna complain about somebody else is not coming to see me? But I do got one of my sisters come out here every Sunday. She don't miss a Sunday just to see her brother, to see what she can do to help out with her brother and do whatever she can, and then she'll rush home to her family. And I came over the position yesterday, and I sit there and said, I got to do something for my sister. Because my sister don't miss a Sunday. I got some people on my side, but then sometimes I feel like I don't have no people on my side. And that's just the way it is. But I'm going to close this part one of this documentary of me being paralyzed. So I hope y'all like it and enjoy. Love you. Bye.